Hello, dear learner. Welcome to our lesson. So this is agriculture from 2, and today we are looking at crop production 3, whereby we deal with nursery practices. So in our nursery practices, we are going to start by looking at what is a nursery or what is a nursery bed. So we start by defining what is a nursery bed. A nursery bed is a special piece of land, or it's a piece of land prepared for raising seedlings which normally will not be sown directly into the field. So we can define the nursery bed as a piece of land, prepared for raising seedlings, which would normally examples of these seedlings or examples of these seeds which are saying will not be sown directly. Examples, you have the kales, the cabbages, the spinach, and many other, especially most of the vegetables, they have to be established through a nursery bed. Because if you do it normally, you find that the size of the seeds they are so tiny and planting will become tiresome, and most of them will be blown away by the wind, or maybe they be carried away by water. Or when you are planting, in case they are buried with so much soil, they will not be able to germinate. So the best way to establish the seeds is through a nursery bed. So we are going to look at importances of establishing a nursery. Importance of establishing a nursery. Importance of establishing a nursery. One of the importance is many seedlings can be produced. Importance of establishing a nursery. Number one, many seedlings can be produced because remember the size of the seeds. It means that you are going to establish so many seedlings from the tiny seeds which are easy to establish in a nursery. And if you establish the many seedlings, then it means that you're going to have enough healthy seedlings and the surplus, then you can sell that one and get and yourself some money. Number two, another importance of establishing a nursery. So number one, we say many seedlings can be established. Many seedlings can be established on a small piece of land. On a small piece of land. Number two, routine management practices are easy to carry out in the nursery. Easy to carry out routine management practices. Easy. When you talk about easy to carry out routine practices, these practices include practices such as watering, which has to be done every morning and every evening. Another routine practice which has to be carried out from time to time is weeding. So when you are carrying out weeding, it's a routine practice. Where we have our nursery, because it's just a small piece of land, you will find that it will be very easy for somebody when you are carrying out the management practices on our nursery. So this is the shape of our nursery. So weeding, removal of the weeds becomes very easy when it is carried out in a nursery. Again, things like watering, because remember our nursery, it is only 1 meter width. do it within a very short period of time. And again, it is just done on a small piece of land because a nursery is just a small piece of land. Number three, so we have said it is easy to carry out routine practices, e.g., watering, which has to be carried out every early in the morning and late in the evening. Again, things like weeding, which has to be done from time to time so that our seedlings can grow healthy. Number three, importance of establishing a nursery is a nursery. When we establish the seeds in a nursery, it provides best conditions for growth. Provides best conditions for growth. When you talk about provision of the best conditions, then it means that the watering, even the way the seed bed has been raised, it means that it is well properly and well drained, it is well aerated, it has adequate moisture, adequate soil fertility, and thus we have the best conditions for growth and development of our seedlings in the nursery. Then number four, a nursery ensures that only healthy seedlings are transplanted. Only healthy seedlings are transplanted. How is it possible? So when you are transplanting your seedlings from the nursery, you will find out that some will grow more healthy and more stronger than others. So when you are transplanting, you are going to begin by uprooting the healthy and the large seedlings, the big seedlings. Then the others, the small ones, those ones will be left also for to continue growing. And once they reach the required size, that's when they are transplanted. So it ensures that only healthy seedlings are transplanted. Those ones which are not ready for transplanting, they are left in the nursery, awaiting that time when they will be enough and ready for transplanting. So you don't transplant weak seedlings, you only transplant healthy and vigorous growing seedlings. Point number five, another important number five, excess seedlings from the nursery may be sold. You can sell the excess. So you are going to make sure that you plant the ones that you require, and the excess which will remain, we will not leave them in the nursery. So you can sell to your neighbors, or maybe you can sell to the nearby market. Excess seedlings can be sold, and making sure that the farmer gets earns some money from the seedlings. Excess seedlings. To earn income to the farmer. And finally, another important establishing a nursery. Only seedlings that have established are transplanted, thus reducing time in the field. Only seedlings that have established are transplanted, thus reducing time in the field. So you'll find that when you are transplanting your seedlings from the nursery, you only transplant the healthy and the ones which are growing vigorously. So it means that if you are going to transplant a healthy seedling to the farm, you'll find that the time that will be taken in the field for the seedling to reach maturity will be shorter other than when the seeds were established directly, or if they were transplanted not so healthy. So number six, we can talk about only seedlings that are established. Only seedlings that are established are transplanted. Thus reducing time in the field. Thus reducing time in the field. So from there now we look at Dialana, we are still together. So from there we look at factors to consider when selecting site for nursery. Factors to consider when selecting site for nursery. So when you are citing a nursery, there are various factors which must be considered. You don't just select any place or any location and then you cite your nursery. So for you to have a nursery which is going to have healthy and vigorous growing seedlings, the following factors should be considered. Number one, you consider the source of water. So number one, you talk about water source. Number two, type of soil. Number three, topography. Number four, security. Number five, shelter place. Number six, previous crop. Number seven, avoid shaded areas. So we start by looking at the factor number one, which is water source. When we are citing the nursery should be sited near a water source. Maybe, for example, it could be near a river, near a borehole, or maybe near a tank or near a water reservoir. So water source, the nursery should be sited near a water source for easy watering. Remember, the nursery you have to water very early in the morning and then in the evening regularly. So if the source of water is very far, then it means that you will not be in a position to water your nursery every day or at the appropriate time. Then number two, the second factor is the type of soil. You should site your nursery where we have deep, well fertile soils. Deep, well fertile soils, which are free from pests and diseases, free from infestations, for proper growth of our seedlings. Remember, if you don't site or if you don't choose a site where you have the deep, well fertile soils which are free from infestations, then it means that you're going to have very weak seedlings and we are going to have infestation from soil-borne pests and diseases that's affecting our seedlings. Number three, we talk about topography. Topography, remember, here we are talking about the slope of land. And when you are choosing the site to locate your nursery, a nursery should be located where we have gently sloping slope. So the slope of the topography should be gently sloping. Why should we have the gently sloping and not so steep? So that we can have proper, so that we can have proper. When it comes to water, you are not going to have water logging. So if the topography is gently slope, then you're going to have the water running freely on the slope, and then you're not going to have soil erosion, and then again you're going to have proper drainage or soil drainage, yeah. So gently sloping for proper drainage, and then you're going to have no soil erosion. Again, just to remind you, topography I've said is gently sloping for proper drainage, no soil erosion, and no water logging. Remember water logging? In this case, you're not going to have enough for that to air in the soil, and then our seedlings will be very weak, and they will eventually turn yellow and die. Security. When you talk about security, you should locate a site whereby a site where we have enough security, meaning that you're not going to have animals coming into your farm, or a place where we are free from debt. Because if you're going to locate your nursery where there is no adequate security, then the seedlings will be prone to thieves, or they may be prone to attack by stray animals or wild animals. So security from thieves and animals. Shelter place. If possible, the nursery should be under a tree, but not under a shaded place. So it should be in such a way that light from the sun can be able to access the nursery, especially early in the morning and late in the evening. And when the sun is too hot in the afternoon, then the trees will provide shade. If you can have your nursery under trees, that one will be okay. Again, now number 6, the other factor is the previous crop. When you are citing a nursery, you have to consider the previous crop. And for example, if you are going to, for instance, you are going to establish a tomato nursery. And remember, when you talk about previous crop, crops from the same family are not supposed to follow each other. In that they have to alternate. If they follow each other, you find that the crop pests and diseases, the build-up of pests and diseases in the soil. If maybe previously you had a crop like tomatoes, then you introduce tomatoes, you'll find that the pests and disease which had maybe had attacked the tomatoes will still be in that soil, and they are going to continue attacking our tomatoes. So previous crop, avoid crops of same family in the previous 2 years. So in the previous 2 years, they should not follow each other. There must be that alternation of maybe 2 to 3 years. Then finally we have avoid shaded areas. Remember, if we have highly shaded areas, the light from the sun will not be able to access our nursery, and then you are going to have very weak, you are going to have seedlings which are very weak. They are not green in color because they cannot be able to access the light from the sun, which is responsible for photosynthesis. And then they are going to have that elongation. We are going to have our seedlings with very long and weak stems, and then you will not be able to transplant them as healthy and vigorous seedlings. So up to that bit, dear learner, I hope now at least you can be able now to define what is a nursery. You can be able to highlight the importances of a nursery and the factors to consider in citing a nursery. So up to that point, I hope you have learned something. So next time we will continue looking at the various, the different categories of nurseries, which are vegetable crop nursery, tree nursery, and vegetative propagation unit. So after that bit, dear learner, thank you for your attention, thank you for your time. So till we meet again in such a session like this one, all the best. Continue doing your very best. Coronavirus is not the end of the world. We shall come. Thank you. Goodbye.